Welcome to 7 Demos in 7 Minutes, a Windows 7 demo that covers some of the new usability features in Windows 7. The first thing we're going to take a look at today is the Windows 7 taskbar. This enhanced taskbar allows you to work with your applications in some different ways. Hovering over an icon for an application shows you current windows for that application, and then if you hover over each of the windows, you'll see the application in full screen in the background. You can close applications from here, and clicking on one of these views actually brings that application to the foreground so you can work with it. The next thing we're going to take a look at are pinned applications. The applications on my toolbar or taskbar are pinned here at the moment. I can pin Microsoft Paint here as well by dragging and dropping it on the taskbar. If I don't like where it landed on the taskbar, I just pick up the icon and drag it where I want it to be, and the other icons make room for it. Next thing we're going to look at are jump lists. A jump list is a new feature which allows you to work with applications in kind of the context of the app itself. So if I right click on an application, I receive a jump menu that gives me some options for working with maybe recent documents, as in the case of Microsoft Word, or Internet Explorer. It shows me my browse history, so I can look at some items, go back to some recent pages I've been on with Internet Explorer. The next thing we're going to look at are some of the arrow navigation or window management effects. Arrow peek allows you to see through to your desktop quickly if you have a gadget that you want to check the weather, or you want to see if an icon you just saved or a document you saved is on the desktop. You just hover here. Clicking it minimizes everything so that you can work directly with the desktop. Click again and everything comes back to its original view. Next thing we're going to look at here is arrow shake. I have Windows Explorer up here. If I grab the top bar on Windows Explorer and give it a shake side to side, the rest of my applications are minimized. This is handy if I want to work with the contents of the desktop, maybe copy something from Windows Explorer out to the desktop to work on it, or vice versa. When I shake Windows Explorer again, all my other applications come back to their previous state. The next thing we're going to look at is arrow snap. Arrow snap allows you to work with the window placement and sizing. If I drag it to the top of the screen, the window gets maximized. If I pull it back away from the top, it goes back to its original size. If I open, say I've got two Explorer windows open, I can dock them to the side of the screen just by dragging them over to the side, and they snap to a half-screen view. This is handy working with maybe file transfers between two folders, or working with two documents if you're comparing documents or copying from one to another. Federated search is an improvement. We work with back-end servers now to accept federated search results directly into Windows Explorer. Here I have three search connectors, one for Channel 9, one for MSDN, and one for Wikipedia. So I'm going to go to MSDN and type in a search string. Maybe I want to look at code management topics. I type my search string, and what happens is I'm going out to MSDN at the moment and bringing back results as if I were searching on the MSDN site. And with preview enabled, I just click on each of these results and I see the page in preview right on my screen. So I don't have to click the page, look at the contents, click back, pick the next one, and so forth. Network configuration improvements. With Windows Vista, sometimes we had a few clicks to get a network connection going. Here, with basically 3 clicks, one on the network status icon, one on the network I want to connect to, and then one on the connect button, I've connected to a new network. So it really simplifies the process of connecting to new networks. Next thing we're going to look at are some of the improvements to user account control. That was one of our unfortunate acronyms with Vista that everybody learned to hate, so here are some improvements. If I go down to the Action Center, which you can find in the notification area, on the left side I've got control for user account control settings. Clicking on that brings me to a slider which allows me to set the level of UAC prompts that I want to have. So grabbing the slider and dragging it up to the top puts me back into basically getting notified for every action. If I drag it all the way to the bottom, I have a situation where I'm not getting notified for anything. And positioning at each step along the way gives you a description on the right side there of what that action is going to do for you. The next thing we're going to take a look at here is some of the new features for device management. Clicking on the Start button, I can see I have devices and printers on my menu here. Going to devices and printers brings open a page where I can look at the devices that are currently connected to my system. I can see the status of my printers, for instance. If I want to add a device, I click Add Device and I get a list of devices. In this case, I look at my T-Mobile cell phone, I click Next, and I actually get a code that I type into the T-Mobile phone. As soon as I've typed in that code, the phone is paired with my computer, and I can sync with the phone, I can use it for internet sharing, etc. Next thing we're going to look at here is direct access. And what I've got is I've got a system that is on my home network. I'm not in the office today. Connection Manager isn't connected. I'm not connected to my corporate VPN. I'm only connected to my wireless connection. But I can see that I've got internet and corporate access. So what this means, I'm going to take a look at Network and Sharing Center. This means that I have a direct access connection to the Microsoft internal network. And I can show this by clicking on one of my internal links. So I click on the link, here comes my internal intranet web page, and I basically have full access to the internal contents of these documents and can use this seamlessly without having to configure and manage a VPN. So thank you for attending the demo.